All right, everybody ready, though? If you are ready, go ahead and roll that big boy.
8.
12.
19.
13.
Hey!
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Hey, Chowder, here's your saddle. You can get back in it.
Yep. Just, still warm from the last time I was on.
It's just natural essence of Chowder.
Oh, yeah. No, I exude a lot of natural essence. Previously on Dice Populi. So, like, we're all in the church, right? And, like, the minister, he's being all, like, weird and, like, suspicious and whatnot. And then we find out that there's a child under the cupboard. And, Bottle Brew finds out there's no child
cupboard.
Yeah, where's this cupboard coming from?
Yeah, where's the cupboard? It was behind some pews.
There was a child behind some pews. And Bottle Brew talks to this kid briefly. And then, he tells Locke about this. And, the kid runs off. The kid's name is Gemma, by the way.
We still don't know if this kid is real.
The gang starts questioning the minister, like, hey, man, why are you so suspicious? Why are you so sweaty, man? The minister reveals that he hasn't had his cleric powers for a few weeks now, basically around the time that Serafina went missing. And then, Sheriff just barges in, and Maeve and Locke are like, oh, no, not this guy. And then everyone
Locke
else
just wanted some ham. He didn't do anything wrong. He just wanted some ham.
And then, everyone else, as they get to know the sheriff, are like, oh, fuck this guy, right? And the sheriff reveals that, hey, Tamara's been missing for a few weeks now. She's gone missing. That's really about the only useful thing he reveals.
He lambasted Tamara for not being more racist against the Stone Homies.
More classist, I guess.
Racism does, in his definition, include both race and culture, strangely enough.
I stand corrected.
I mean, race is made up anyway, so.
I guess you're the expert on racism, Colin.
That is definitely the brand I want to establish here and now.
Sorry, officer. In fact, it was a hate crime. Culture is covered. You're welcome.
Anyways, everyone decides, even though Kalt warned against looking into the rift, our best bet is to, in fact, look into the rift. Jeddah thinks, maybe it's for the best that we make Maeve invisible. So she casts invisibility on Maeve. And that was a bad idea because wild magic goes off. And Maeve sees a vision of the messed up stuff that happened in Stonehome, with all the dead people.
Everybody sees that.
Well, yeah, the tower reacts.
And everyone is like, what the fuck was that, bro? And Balbrew is now scared of Maeve. And Jeddah is like, holy shit, that little child murdered all those people?
Yeah.
And, Maeve, she's like terrified and she runs off while still invisible. And has a poignant moment where she sees kids being kids. A reminder that she cannot live that way because of her special powers.
Let's get all that subtext into the text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the kind of something that's been talked about last episode and the episode before, but there is a woman named Theron Fwaddell. But in the alleyway, Dasan basically said, do not interact with Theron Fwaddell. She was the leader of the death cult. And Dasan was like, I have no idea what would happen if Theron Fwaddell saw Maeve again, but it can't be good.
In the alleyway, Maeve, not knowing what the fabled Theron Fwaddell looks like, sees a woman that Bottle Brew would recognize, but the other characters wouldn't, that seems to spot her and smile, although Maeve is invisible.
They told all of us this, right? Or am I the only one who's not aware that I need to hide from this woman?
That's a great question. Dasan said this to Bottle Brew, and then Bottle Brew had a conversation with Darrow.
Bottle Brew is the only one who has been given a visual description of Theron Fwaddell and a name. Everything else moved pretty fast, and this just kind of happened, so I don't think anybody else in our party would know on sight that this is a person we have to look out for.
So basically somehow Bottle Brew was the one that had the conversation with both Darrow and Dasan about specifically Theron Fwaddell, and I don't know if Bottle Brew shared any of that information.
Bottle Brew is going to say to the group, all right, we're at the tower. Maeve, let's get inside and get you to the top.
Wait, guys. Maeve ran off. I get we can't talk about that right now, but we do need Maeve. And she's invisible.
Is the town in hysterics still?
I mean, yeah, this is directly afterwards, so people are still freaking out.
So there's like screams and shit in the background as everybody has the trauma of Stoneholm transposed onto them. Cool. Okay. Bottlebrew's just gonna like hand on his forehead, take his hat off, rubbing his temples at what Jeddah just said.
Look, like people were looking at us because like the sheriff was throwing a fit. I thought maybe if she was invisible, we'd be better off without, because you know we don't want her to come across Theron Fondell. So you know, regardless, should I drop the invisibility or?
Oh, that would suck.
It's like, well, okay, looking away from the metagame, Bottlebrew is gonna glance over at Locke and it's like,
listen, I now finally understand what she's capable of, and now she's afraid and running loose in the city. We have to find her before anyone else does.
I agree. I don't know how we do that with her being invisible.
I think that is why Jenna is asking, and I agree we should probably render her visible, find her, and get her back into safety while all of this blows over.
But how are we... if we make her visible without knowing where she is, she could get in even more danger.
She could also be 10 feet away from us, and we'll spot her and be like, oh, dip, that's Maeve.
Okay, if she's 10 feet away from us, she would be able to talk to us. She's not deaf or fucking mute.
Okay, but I should know when, like, Maeve slapped my hand away and ran off, she was not in the right state of mind. I don't really know what.
Bottlebrew gestures to the panicking town and says,
I don't think anybody is right now.
I think our best bet is to split up and just yell for her to try to find her and have her physically touch us so that we know where she is.
I would say we probably need to be more careful than that. Everything I've been told about Theron Fondell is that she should not be made aware of Maeve's location. Yelling seems like a bad idea. Do we have any detection spells, scrolls, anything like that?
I absolutely do not, so unless y'all do...
Wait. Maybe I could conjure an animal capable of sniffing her out.
Do any animals have infrared sight?
Snakes.
I mean,
snakes have infrared sight. I could conjure.
What is infrared? I'm not sure how this helps.
Okay. So, like animals, some animals don't see the way we do. We need light to see, but some animals they see through, well, different kinds of light. And
are you telling me that a snake can never see a rainbow?
In a sense, yeah.
Well, chalk that up as the second most depressing thing to cross my mind today.
But what is important is that a snake can see invisible shit.
Okay, yeah, I guess not much can set these people off more than we already have. I say let's get in the tower, hunker low. Send out your scouts. I need a bloody drink.
And Bottlebrew's just gonna walk into the tower and take cover.
Okay, so wait, so we're not just gonna look around for Maeve, we're just gonna leave it all up to the snakes?
I think us, again, walking around yelling for Maeve is a bad idea. If you guys want to walk around with the snakes, cool. I need a breather.
I cast Flock of Familiars and summon 3 snakes. Let's name them Snips, Snaps, and
I heard snips, snaps, and what?
I think Discord was cutting it out. I think he's just making a hissing sound. That's going to be...
I'm making a hissing sound.
Funnily enough, snakes do have blind sight 10 feet.
Oh my god.
So this does work.
In-fucking credible. Well done,
that this
Chowder.
works, but go for it.
Listen, our party is bad at everything except using animals for strange objectives.
Because I was like, dude, I wonder, because there was a part of me that was like, I wonder if they did account for this in the game, and then they did.
Beautiful.
I think all snakes have blind sight 10 feet.
That's very good. Okay, yeah, Bottlebrew does fuck off because, like, again, horrified. He's out of the picture. He's in the tower.
All right. I tell Snip, Snaps, and that we're looking for Maeve. You know who Maeve is? She's like a small halfling child, little girl, Victorian dress, Victorian hat.
There's 3 snakes in front of you just staring very intently, just going...
Good, we're all on the same page here. Find her. Tell me where she is.
Just kind of like wander off as you hear some screams down the way.
I sure hope the snakes aren't causing those screams. Anyways.
Okay, so you guys are all heading up to the tower. Is that the idea?
I mean,
Oh,
we're,
so I was
looking,
gonna-
we're looking for Maeve.
They're looking for
I
Maeve.
was
I'm
gonna
going to
wander
the tower.
around with-
Oh, so we're
I was
splitting
gonna
up into
wander around with
3
snakes.
distinct parties. Okay.
We do not have to keep up with Bottle Brew. He's literally just going to go like put his head in his hands and ponder what he just experienced.
All right.
There's
you
no
guys
story to tell there.
begin your searching for Maeve. If you all wouldn't mind making some perception checks.
How many?
Just 1
Oh, okay.
right now. Or 4 right now, not right now.
That
Right now.
That's a nat. Oh man, that's a nat 1.
Oof.
13.
I guess if you want, you could make 3 different perception checks for your snakes using
All
the
right.
snake modifier.
I don't know what the snake modifier is. I don't have
Let's
that
see
pulled
here.
up.
Again,
I'll
would
just-
like to point out passive perception is a 15.
So I just got poisonous snakes. I think that is the lowest tier of snake. It's got an 8th challenge. It's just a straight roll. It looks like it doesn't have like any additionals.
Okay. 9. Nat 1 again.
Damn.
15.
All right, you begin looking. You find a few places that she doesn't seem to be the snakes for certain. I don't know if you can kind of like communicate with them, I believe, like telepathically.
Yeah, I
They
can
say it's all
communicate.
clear. They've checked the tower. You guys have looked around the tower. It doesn't seem like she went up the tower. She doesn't seem to have gone back to the church. She doesn't seem to have like gone to like whatever town hall version of town hall they have. So you've eliminated a few prospects, but you still haven't found her yet. Do you guys want to continue this, or you want to switch back to Maeve? Or switch to Maeve for the first time?
Let's switch to Maeve.
All right.
How long is this taking?
A couple minutes so far.
Okay. And did they decide to drop concentration on invisibility, or are
No.
you doing so?
No, you
and
are
does
still-
casting does casting Flock of Familiars?
No,
Is that a
I-
concentration spell?
I think Find Familiar, which it's based off of, is not a concentration spell.
It's not a concentration spell, so
Okay.
I should be able to cast that, right? It is a level 2 spell, though, so...
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So Maeve, you're there. This woman in all black, this mysterious figure, has not maybe at least seemingly locked eyes with you. They're looking directly at you, and they've got like a weird, wild look on their face. Is there anything that you do in reaction to this, or are you just saying 100% still?
I would like to stealthily try to move behind cover, and stealthily so that I, make as little noise as possible.
All right, roll a stealth check with advantage.
Nat 1,
Okie dokie.
Nat 1, Nat 1.
Stop!
Advantage.
This is for to see if you make any noise.
Okay, because I got a 6. We're gonna use. Let's see. Give me a second. Where the fuck is it? Okay, Tides of Chaos. Tides of Chaos.
Toy do chaos.
I'm gonna roll, and I'm gonna roll again.
With advantage?
Oh wait. Oh fuck. Tides of Chaos just gives me advantage. Oh god, I'm stuck with a 6. Damn, that sucks. So okay, so
you got a 6
total-
with advantage.
Yeah, so 13 with my modifier.
Oh dang, that's still pretty good. I roll. Well, I won't tell you what I rolled, because it's fun that way. She begins to take like a general step in your direction. I sense you, child. I know that you are here. Why are you here? Did you come back for us? Is this a trick or an accident, or I can feel you so close. I thought things were getting better. I thought things could be better, that I could start off, but I can hear them. I can hear you. They're so close. And she kind of like she's like searching for something. I know that it was not your fault. It was an accident. It doesn't change the fact that I think I hear my family. I hear their voices when you are near. Say something!
I ain't saying shit. Did I successfully move behind cover, even if it wasn't as stealthily as I wanted it to be?
Oh yeah, you moved. She hasn't like walked over to you and picked you up by the scruff of the neck, but whether or not she actually knows where you are, or if she's just like wanting to have a conversation first, that's what makes this scary. You're not sure.
Ryan, I'm going to cast polymorph on myself and turn into a horse.
I think that would cancel out the invisibility. Like, she's not invisible.
Let me see here. If you cast an offensive spell, it does. I don't know if polymorph counts as an offensive. Well, let me just like the wording.
I don't think offensive spells, because I'm casting it on myself.
Oh, nope. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. It doesn't say it is a spell. It doesn't say offensive spell.
Right.
So you're just going to turn into a horse.
Yes.
Okay. You're no longer invisible, and she's like, there's just
like hiding behind the boxes. So I'm kind of picturing like as she's kind of feeling her way towards, she looks behind the boxes, and there's just a horse.
All right, I am going to roll a perception check. Your horse.
You're trash, kid.
You're a horse now. I also need you to roll a wild magic.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, so that is a 16. So let's see what that do.
What do you do?
16. For the next minute, you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns. I'm a very healthy horse. I'm as healthy as a horse.
You're a very healthy horse, and everybody around you gets this kind of bit of a glow as they seem to like wounds and scars disappear, that sort of thing. As you turn into horse, though, her head just whips right at you. Like, you're a horse. These boxes were good for hiding, as a child, but not as like a 6-foot-tall horse.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to like hide. Like, I fully anticipate that she's gonna like come around the corner and see me, but I don't want her to see Maeve. That's why I turned into something else.
She kind of starts to approach the horse. Is that you? I can sense something. She kind of like starts to reach forward. Is that you, child?
Also, is this still invisible?
No, you're no longer invisible.
Okay.
Because you cast a spell.
I'm gonna whinny and trot away.
Child, come back! She starts to like kind of like, walk forward. Come, child. I just wish to talk. Don't ignore me like this.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I am not going near that.
Where are you trotting off to?
Maybe in the general direction of the tower, in hopes that I will find the rest of my pals.
Jeddah, you feel that your concentration is broken. Like, you can feel that the invisibility spell has been severed, and it wasn't by you.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Locke, the invisibility spell is she's no longer invisible. I didn't dispel it. She did. She either attacked someone or cast a spell or something. So
Well, then I guess we better hurry.
If everybody would make perception checks again. And you two, Bottle of Brew.
Bubble butt.
Do you need me to as well?
Nat 20.
Oh yeah, sure.
Unnatural 20.
7.
So the snakes got 11 and 15.
Wow.
11, 2, and 15.
Jeddah, you see a horse with like just the Maevest looking trot coming up the main way towards the tower.
What does it mean?
There's that just idea like, hey, you know what? That horse has swagger. And you know what that swagger reminds me of? Maeve. Keeps on making like a low grumbling, like, the horse is like, its whinny is more of a,
God, this is so stupid.
So Locke and Jeddah, another thing you see is off in the corner behind a set of stairs leading up to a second story. You both this time see a small, blonde, dark-skinned half-elf or elf, dressed not well. Probably because there was some mention of Gemma before. You can probably assume this might be Gemma.
Kit, what are you doing? It's dangerous out here. Get back to safety. And then she's gonna run over to the presumably Maeve shape or the horse shaped Maeve. I don't know.
Horse-shaped Maeve.
It's a horse that instead of having like a regular mane, it just has like Maeve's hair.
Question.
Yes. Yes.
What happened to the top hat?
All your stuff merges into your beast form, I believe.
Really hoping the horse would have a top hat.
Right. You know what? I'll leave it up to Matt. Is your horse wearing a top hat?
Absolutely not. In other circumstances, maybe, but for this, where I'm trying to
Not
actively
appropriate.
not like draw attention, as a horse.
I got the horse right here.
All right, Maeve, you seem to have met your compatriots.
Okay, I'm going to kind of, I guess, nervously look around as a horse. Do I see the woman in black?
What was your perception check that you rolled?
Yeah, it was a 6.
No.
Okay. I turn back into myself. I'll end concentration on polymorph. And then I'm going to just kind of whisper, I saw the woman in black. I need to hide. I need to hide.
Let's go to the tower. That's where Palumbo is. We can, lock up the door. Well, everything's going to be good, man.
Okay. I will follow Jeddah.
All right, you walk up the tower. It takes a few minutes because, it's this big spiral staircase going up a couple hundred feet.
Okay, well, Bottle Brew's in the lobby, so as they all walk in and start heading up the stairs, he's still gonna linger a second, look oddly at Maeve, and then kind of follow them up. I have the screams outside subsided. What's going on?
Yeah,
with the
everything
town?
seems to have chilled down
Okay.
a little bit.
Are there any doors to bar? Can we, lock these doors behind us?
You could probably figure something out. You could jam it closed.
Yeah.
Gonna try jamming it closed.
As far as you know, you are the only ones in the lobby, as Bottle Brew put it.
Yeah. He's gonna follow at a distance.
All right, you walk up the stairs. It takes a few minutes. You're back at the top. You can tell Kalt is having a rough time of it. He is looking even more rough than usual. There is just you can tell his clothes are soaked through with sweat. The rift is getting larger. It is much larger than the last time you saw it. It seems every time that one of these wild magic things happen, it gets a little boosty boost.
Jeddah's looking at the floor, by the way.
Yeah. It also takes quite a bit of effort to not see it. You have to really keep your wits about you. But yeah, it's as much as described, there's this terrible blue purple kind of rift, and that's as much as you can see without looking inside of it and seeing something. So
Bottle Brew fully avoids even stepping onto the roof or out onto the roof, however the door works, to avoid seeing this thing. But it's just gonna shout up to Locke all
right, who has the rope?
Have you found anything out?
Yeah, it seems that Tamara somehow got stuck in the rift. So, I know you said not to look at the rift, but maybe if, Maeve looked into the rift, we'd get some kind of result. A good one, perhaps? Backup plan, we throw someone into the rift and, pull Tamara out.
Don't do that.
Okay, not throwing anyone, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest throwing anybody into a rift. I mean, perhaps looking in it might reveal some form of clue, but be careful. You cannot trust what you see on the other side. It will show you things. Show you many things.
Ominous.
Who's tying the rope to Maeve, if that was the plan that you guys are gonna actually follow?
I will do the tying.
That was just a wild idea that...
I mean, it's a good idea.
Okay, we can do that. We can tie a rope around Maeve.
Let me preface this. The tying the rope was the good idea. The throwing them into rift was bad idea. Okay,
okay.
So we're going to tie the rope around Maeve, but we're just gonna have her dip her head in, and then I'll pull her back out. Or if she feels so inclined, she can move further in. But I'm not throwing Maeve in the rift, ever. If we're throwing anybody, you're throwing me.
Okay. Well, from what I understand of the rift, the way it works is if you look into the rift, you get a vision, right? You don't actually have to stick your head in, right? Yeah.
You don't have to stick your head in.
But what if you did stick your head in?
I don't know. That we'll have to figure that out when and if it happens. If one of you decides to go inside the rift. So, is somebody willingly looking into the rift?
Well,
I think
Locke
if
has tied
that's
a
the
rope around
thing-
Maeve.
If that's the case, we should all just look into the rift and see what we see.
Bottle Brew coming fresh off of another horrifying vision is just going to say,
Why don't we start with just the lass and go from there?
It would probably be best if at least one of us was conscious so that, if anything came up, we can, snap the other ones out of it.
Yeah. I didn't mean all at the same time. I just meant if looking into this will give us a clue, the more clues, the better.
Are we sending Maeve up?
We could start with Maeve.
Start with Maeve.
We'll go from there.
All right.
Is Maeve okay with this?
Yeah, she's been ready.
Being ready. All right, Maeve, you're looking into the rift. Is that yes?
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, so this is where the fun begins. If I was Anakin Skywalker about to shoot at some droids.
Nice.
Or
So I want you to roll a dice, and I want you to say if it's, say if it's like a D4. If it's a 1 and 2, you're going to see something. You're going to see the worst moment in your life. If it's a 3 and 4, you're going to see what you consider to be the best moment of your life.
So I'm rolling a D4?
It can be a D4. I mean, top half, bottom half of any
Coin
available
flip.
die. Coin,
Okay.
yeah.
That is a 3 on a D4.
Oh, so it's a good... What would be Maeve's, favorite memory? Doesn't have to be anything that we did particularly, but could be from her backstory, that sort of thing.
Oh god, there's so much trauma.
But find the good trauma.
I never thought about the good stuff that she went through. Maybe it would be
I think that says a lot
her
about
hanging
you,
out
Maeve.
with the just maybe playing with friends on the island, before she met the ogre and kind of fucked up her life. Maybe
It's all downhill from Shrek.
It's all ogre. Maybe it would be having fun on Turtle Island with everybody there. Participating in the big ass wrestling match, or kind of having fun with that.
Ass wrestling.
Well, you tell me, what is Maeve's core happy memory? Which one of those things?
I'm gonna say home, playing with friends and stuff.
All right. You're back home so many years ago, back when you were just a young child and not just a child. Playing games, just doing normal schoolyard Squid Games type stuff, minus the guns. And you're filled with just, I don't know, this kid-like glee. You're not some child soldier on an adventuring party doing all this, dangerous and random stuff. You don't have to think about the consequences of your actions. You're just a child again, which is something you haven't been for a really, really, really long time. And it feels good, and you just get lost in it. And then you notice the person that you're playing, I don't know, maybe playing marbles with, you don't remember them from your before times, but it seems to be Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing marbles with Tamara in front of what seems to be somebody's house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Am I still aware of the moment, I guess, of what's going on outside?
You lost yourself for God knows how long, but you suddenly become aware of the context of which you're here.
Tamara, there you are.
Hey, Maeve.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I hate the fact that we can't say that phrase ever again without this happening.
I've been here for a little while. It was nice to see. It's nice to see where you came from, I suppose. But this has been a lot of fun. It's just seeing you having fun too. It's nice.
Okay. Maybe do you want to come back here, or come back to Felldrom, where you belong? How did you get here?
She kind of takes a deep breath.
Well, it's complicated. I always wanted to help people. When you guys visited the island, it was a lot of fun hanging out, and it was a lot of fun getting to know people that weren't from the island. So when the people from Stonehome came, I got really excited. Maybe there was new people to talk to and new things to do and more people to be friends with that weren't so stuffy. And I thought I did make a couple of friends, and I wanted to share, my secret with them, how to get a wish, how to get something from Seraphina, how to do that. But
her face kind of gets down. It's
I didn't think about what could happen.
Well, what happened?
This kid, it's really sad. Everything was taken from her. Everything. Her town, her family, her brother, her father, her mother, everything. And I so wanted to help her. I wanted to give her something, just anything. Did you really do that, Maeve?
Yeah. Not on purpose, but yeah, it was my fault.
How do you live with that?
I wake up, I put one foot in front of the other, and I think, hey, today's gonna be a good day to try to save the world and stuff. I also just haven't really... I'm not good at processing things in general. You know.
And you can see like a tear start to like run down Tamara's face.
But that's what's so sad, Maybe you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. Like, I've always thought like Felldrom was such like a boring place and a kind of a bad place, but after hearing about this and seeing it, like, if that's what the rest of the Badlands is like, then maybe I am lucky. 'Cause I got to be a normal person. I got to be a normal kid for the most part. You know, my troubles are small, and I heard what you did. I heard what happened, and even though it's not your fault, it's hard not to be, like, scared of you. And is that how the Badlands is? Is it just all, like, people hurting each other, not even trying?
Yes, it is.
You see a bunch of, like, tears start to run down her face, like,
Maybe I should stay here.
I mean, yeah, you could, but, like, we've done some good. Like, you know, it is what you make of it, you know? You find the little joys in life and you kind of cling to that. Like this place. And Maeve kind of gestures around to, the setting where they are.
But Maeve, this is gone. The only time this is never going to happen again. This is the past.
I mean, yeah, but it's still up here, and she's gonna point up at her head. It's not really gone. It's not like, and not everybody's forgotten about it. It's not gone until everyone forgets.
But what about Gemma? She doesn't have anybody.
Is that your friend? Or the person that you tried to help?
She kind of like gets close to you. It's like,
yeah, I tried to help her. You know that you know how it works, right? Like I showed you. You know, you have to get your wish. You have to give up something. You have to sacrifice something. And I didn't think about telling a kid that had nothing that they had to sacrifice something. What could happen? That was the only thing that she had.
Okay.
Whoa.
So she sacrificed you?
I guess. That's why I'm here. But I didn't know what would happen. Things got bad, and I think by telling her about this, that I broke Seraphina, and now it's all my fault too.
Tamara?
Yeah?
She's kind of like, she's got like her legs like crunched into her, and she seems to be almost like in a
ball on the ground?
In a ball on the ground.
Perfect.
Looking like a fool.
Do you know why we fall?
No, why?
So we can get back up again.
Mr.
And
Bruce.
and Maeve is going to hold out a hand.
I don't know if I can come back, though, but I'll try.
Yeah, because then, I mean, you can either, like, just give up and not try at all and constantly question, oh, should I have done this? Should I have done that? Or you can, like, actually try and do stuff.
She kind of, like, fidgets a little, and she puts out her hand.
Okay, cool. I'm going to grab her hand and then start yanking on the rope around me.
So you reach for the rope, and there is no rope.
God damn.
Like, this is a vision, and there is this hint of terror, like, oh no, like, there is no safety cord on this. How do I get out of this, let alone her? We're going to flip back to all of you. You're standing, and Maeve is unconscious. She's laying on the ground, eyes like rolled back up into her skull. And you can hear like the faintest echoes of like Tamara's voice, like conversating with somebody. For those of you that know Tamara's voice, the rest of you, it's just the sounds of a of a girl. She's not a child, but like, you know, like imagine a halfling kind of squeaky voice almost.
I think if we feel the rope tug when she falls down unconscious, I would imagine
but that would have happened like immediately.
Yeah, that would happen immediately. She's not like in the portal. She's having a vision.
So Bottle Brew would like with the rope just kind of look and say like,
okay, well that didn't last as long as I was hoping. Should we just pull her out now? Like, what do we do?
Something is happening.
And you all of a sudden bursting forward, you hear the voice of Tamara.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if I've met all of you before. Hi.
We talked a little bit in the visionscape, kid.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you again, Jetta. Kalt, you seem pretty busy. Heard a lot about you. Well, Maeve's still unconscious. Okay.
We only hear a voice right now.
Yeah, it's only just a voice. You're trying to like shake Maeve, and she's not waking up yet.
I don't know if I can pass through. I don't know if Maeve is going to be able to bring me back the way that she's intending. But I'm going to be in a ton of trouble. But you've got to find Gemma. She's the one. She's the key.
What do we need to do with Gemma?
You just got to... I need to talk to her. You just have to bring her back.
You guys know who Gemma is?
I believe I do.
Maeve, around this time, you start to like kind of wake out of your stupor a little bit. You can it's almost like you feel Tamara's hand in your hand, and then your eyes open, and then it's just kind of gone, but you hear her voice.
Just so we're clear, I want to limit how much trouble I get into. This only is partially my fault. I didn't really mean for this to happen.
Kid, you're good. It's fine. We just got
like this tear thing. The tear thing, that's not me. I don't know what that is though. So if somebody else can take the blame for that one, I would really appreciate it. The sheriff is really gonna get my goat.
We're gonna get the sheriff's goat before he gets anybody else's goat. Let me just tell you that, okay?
Fuck that guy. And Tamara, nobody's in trouble. Sometimes things just happen. That is just the nature of the world. But we'll make it better.
And I told Maeve this, but I think whatever did happen, it kind of broke Seraphina in not a good way. Not that there would be a good way.
Again? Ignore that. We'll figure that out when we get there. Let's find Gemma. Can I get a physical description here?
She's a small child. Elven or half-elven. Shockingly blonde hair, dark skin, green eyes.
Jetta, you're looking off into like the like you're kind of like moving around, and you see Gemma like standing at the entrance with like a kind of angry look on her face as she's being described.
Is that her?
Speak of the devil. Hello, Gemma. What are you doing up here? It's very dangerous.
And I'm gonna try to like move back towards the entrance, or down the stairs, whatever the positioning is, and try to like stop her from.
She's at the entrance right now.
Okay,
are you moving towards her or?
Yes.
She looks at you. Stop! And I need you to roll a wisdom. I believe it's for command. It's a wisdom saving throw.
That's an 8.
You are halted in your fucking steps, and everybody, this voice, it rings with such a like amount of force. It's kind of terrifying to hear it from a child.
Hey, kid, you seem to be able to help us with the pointing to the tear there. Think you could work with us here? You know, help us, help everyone, kind of thing.
No.
Why not?
Can I talk?
Yeah, you can still talk. Like after a few seconds, it ceases.
Yeah. Okay. So coming out of the frozen response to the spell, I'm going to say,
listen. This child is dangerous. Let's get...
And he's like pointing at the rope.
He's like, we need to get out of here. We are in too much danger.
She is blocking the entrance. So she's Kalt's kind of like whimpering as his like the last bits of his power are being drained. No, nobody gets to leave. You're all gonna listen to me for once. People are gonna listen to me. And as she's saying that, like you can like there's cracks in the stone around her feet beginning to like flare out.
I'm like pointing to my ears. Hey, I'm all ears. What do you want to say, kid?
Then I'm going to start looking over the edges of the tower for a quick escape if I could find one.
Everything was taken from me. and it's time that, and I've got the power now, and I can do stuff, and people are going to listen to me, and I'm going to get my family back.
The dead don't come back. I know that's not the thing you want to hear, but that's the truth.
Does Kalt say anything to that?
I mean,
That's
what I was thinking.
Things get complicated with, bringing back the dead.
Corpses don't count, Kalt.
He never performed a successful resurrection spell, has he? It's all zombies and skellies.
No, it's all zombies.
Yeah.
No. You're going to listen to me. I can do it. I just got to kill her. And she points to Maeve. They're in there. I know they're in there. I saw it when it happened. They're in there. I've been searching for them. I have the power. I can do it now, but they're not up there. And she points to the sky, and they're not down there. They're in there. I know they're in there. I can hear them.
Bottlebrew's head is going to whip around. He's going to be like,
Gemma, who told you this?
Nobody had to tell me anything. I know.
Gemma, I know that you feel this, but I also need to know, did somebody say to you that is where these people live?
She slowly begins to float above the ground, and her aura takes on this golden hue, and her voice takes on this really her eyes go blaring white.
Yes, nobody had to tell me anything. I know. I have the power now. I can see all of you.
Nobody has to be sacrificed for this. We could, if their souls are in Maeve's body, we can find a way to get them out without killing Maeve. There's an old saying amongst us druids, an eye for an eye, and you're just blind, right? Do you really want to cause more hurt in the world? If you've got the power, use it wisely.
Her eyes kind of slowly go red, and she looks right at you, Chetta, and says, "Yes." And I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Chetta.
Jeez. 13.
Your eyes go red as she has dominated you. Your vision shifts, and you're no longer on the top of this tower. You're back fighting the mage lords, and wouldn't you know, there's a bunch of mage lords right in front of you. You're back on the battlefield.
You sons of bitches. I pull out what is the strongest thing I got right now?
You tell me.
Yeah, you came up with Naranial, man. I mean, do we want to end it there?
Yeah, I was kind of fishing to see maybe somebody said something badass there, but if that's a good ending spot.
You might want to describe that what we see happen to Jetta after she sees on the battlefield. What do we see Jetta doing?
All right, yeah, Chowder, come up with a badass line here in a second.
Get away from my mom and dad, and then I cast pyrotechnics.
Yeah, just and we're gonna halt it right there.
Yup.